Good evening, Ishmael. I enjoyed listening to your video, and I definitely believe there's a calling for counselors, especially with a Christian perspective. It's something that really is needed right now. In the future, I could possibly be practicing in Texas. Right now, I live in the state of Washington, but my family has talked about moving to Texas because we do have some other family there. So it's kind of good to hear about things in Texas. So when you were saying something, you said something about identifying your role as a professional in the church, and like exactly what role you'd be doing, like versus counselor or something like that. And in the military, I did work as a victim advocate, and I was actually a full-time sexual assault response coordinator, which meant I was in charge of the program, but it meant anybody who came to me at any time knew that their confidentiality was in place because of my role. But before that, I was collateral duty, and so when somebody came to me and they wanted to report a sexual assault, they would have to tell me first that they were talking to me as a victim advocate in order to ensure that confidentiality. And so I can definitely like relate to the importance of specifying what role you're in when you do have multiple hats to wear. But yeah, as a leader in the Army, and if you're not a victim advocate, you have to report any sexual assault that's brought to you. So yeah, it's really important for the person who comes to you to tell you what role they're talking to you in, or for you to make sure that you clarify that you know what they're talking to you in. In the military, our chaplains have extremely privileged conversation. You can tell them anything and they do not have to report to anybody. So there's a lot of confidentiality that goes into being a pastor too, so it's even different than being a counselor. But the code of ethics, I'm just trying to like do what I can to put those, into my ways of thinking now, each day. But the one thing I do is use my life verse to guide me, which is Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not to your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will direct your path. Have a good night.